Hey, this is Bad Vibes. Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is on Walmart. I'm sure most of you have been to Walmart and seen some creepy or weird people. The following are experiences that took place in Walmart and that are creepy and even scary. This is my first video on Walmart, so I hope you enjoy and hit that like button if you do. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. About 2 years ago, when I had just turned 16, I was at Walmart. It was the evening, around 6 or 7 p.m. I was with my dad, but he stayed in the car while I ran in to grab some yogurt. While I was looking for the yogurt, I saw a man, probably in his late 60s or 70s. He was pretty tall, about 6'2". He was bald, with a gray mustache, and wearing jeans with a blue flannel shirt. I noticed he was looking at me, but didn't really think anything of it. A few moments later, I felt a hand on my shoulder, squeezing it pretty hard. I turned around, and to no surprise, there he was. I had no idea what he was saying, something about yogurt, and something about me. I was kind of in shock, and was just trying to figure out how to get away from him. I tried to pull away, but he squeezed harder. Sad thing is, there were a lot of people around, but no one even tried to help me. Finally, I yanked away from him so hard that I got loose and walked away really fast. I turned around and he was following me. I turned into an aisle and kept turning into different aisles while I called my dad. My dad came in and got me. We looked around for him, but we were never able to find him. Creepy man at Walmart. Let's never, ever meet again. My best friend and I were at Walmart one day to get groceries for her mom. We walked in and started to grab produce that was on the list when I noticed a strange man standing right next to the front door and just staring. It gave me the creeps, but overall, I thought it was just another weird man. I live in Southern California, and they're everywhere. He was about 6'3", Hispanic, and wearing a Ducks sweatshirt. As I was grabbing some potatoes, he comes uncomfortably close and looks at potatoes too. I walk away and go to my friend, who was about 20 feet away from me. I didn't mention this man to my friend because I thought he just had no clue of keeping a good social distance between people. We finally made our way to the soup aisle, and there he comes walking down the aisle right between me and my best friend to look at chicken broth. I tell my friend we need to grab other things, so we leave the aisle, and I give her a rundown that I believe this man is following us. She agrees that she has seen him and feels a weird energy around him. We head over to the tampon section because my friend needed some. I'm standing at the cart and she's squatted down on the ground when the man comes up and squats right next to her, looking at pads and tampons. This made us feel extremely awkward, so we left immediately and went to the back of the store to see if he was actually stalking us. We had noticed that in his basket, he had nothing but a bottle of Sprite, yet he's been down so many food item aisles with us, and he should at least grab something if he was just a normal shopper. We waited about 5 minutes in the back of Walmart, and then start walking back to the front, and we see him walking the opposite way as us, peering down each aisle. Once he sees us, he stops, and just pretends to look at something on the side aisle, while keeping eye contact on us. My friend and I went into the makeup section. If you know a ghetto Walmart, you know that it's blocked on one of the sides, and on the other entrance, there are a lot of cameras. We go in there and look through one of the aisles and see him searching for us. We both start to freak out because we aren't the strongest girls, and we know that he could probably take us if it came down to that. We decide to hurry up and get in line to check out. I was talking to my best friend, facing away from the cashier, when I see him get in line right behind us. She did the most ballsy thing I have ever seen her do and told him off. She was saying how he had followed us and went down every aisle that we had, but he only had a bottle of Sprite. Soon after, he scarcely walks away, which still made us feel uneasy. We didn't know if he would be waiting for us outside or have some friends ready to get us. We went to a worker and told them to keep an eye out for this guy. After we check out, we quickly made our way to the car, with my friend's taser out and ready to zap. We made it back safe to the car and didn't see him after our interaction. Hopefully I never meet this guy again. A couple years ago, I stopped at a Walmart super early in the morning after leaving a friend's house to pick up a pet carrier. As I'm standing in the pet aisle deciding on my purchase, a very large and kind of sweaty man walks around behind me and comments on my butt. I was wearing yoga pants. I am uncomfortable but tried to be polite when he asked me for my number. I apologize and tell him that I have to leave. However, as I'm checking out at the register, I see the same man again, making me even more uncomfortable. I try to hurry out of the store to get to my car as quickly as possible, when again, the same man approaches my window and asks me if he can take me out. I am beginning to get nervous at this point, and I quickly tell him, no thank you, and lock my doors and begin to drive away. I had barely driven for a few minutes away from the store when I noticed the same guy is now following me in his car. I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt and just speed up and change lanes, but he does the same exact thing. I finally lose him by pretending I'm gonna turn, and once he gets behind me and the light starts to change to red, I jump back onto the road and finally lost him. In hindsight, I probably should have reached out to the authorities. It was in the day, but rather early in the morning, and there were not many people around. So creepy Walmart stalker, I hope that we never meet again. This is a story of a dumb decision I made in February 2019 while in a Tennessee Walmart. At the time I was 12 years old and had been visiting Tennessee for the first time for a dance competition that I was competing in. On this night, it was around 11 p.m., and my mom, grandma, and I had to pick up some things from Walmart for the competition the next day. We had just finished dinner, so almost as soon as we had gotten in there, my mom had to use the bathroom. She was in there for a while, so I was just waiting outside with a shopping cart, surfing Instagram on the crappy Walmart Wi-Fi. My grandma was waiting in the car. She had been in the bathroom for 10 minutes, and I was growing more and more bored. So I decided that I would start surfing the aisles around where we were, just to keep my short attention span in check, hoping that I would find something shiny to distract me. I turned the third aisle, and once I was halfway through, a shorter man with a plastic Walmart bag in his hand rounded the corner and started slowly following me. I didn't get a good look at him, but I could definitely tell he was there. It wasn't until he was about a foot behind me that I realized that he was way too close for comfort. I started getting tunnel vision and my eyes felt tingly. I decided that I should get out of there and started walking away as normal looking as possible. Once I got a couple feet in front of him, I basically started running, winding quickly between aisles, trying to lose him. I was trying to find an aisle with people, but every time I would get to a small group of people, they would walk away. I would stop in our aisle thinking I had lost him, and then he would turn the corner, so I'd keep running. I finally lost him once I got to the shoe section. Again, this place was unfamiliar, totally backwards to the Walmarts that I was used to. I didn't know how to get back to the bathrooms, so I started to follow the walls until I made it back to the bathrooms after about 20 minutes had passed. I parked the cart back outside and went into the bathrooms looking for my mom. I thought she was still in there, so I propped myself against the wall and pulled out my phone. 6 missed calls. My mom had been calling me the entire time, and she was freaking out. I answered, almost in tears, and she started screaming at me, "Where are you?" I vaguely explained to her what happened, too overwhelmed and panicky to explain in detail. She and my grandma, whom she had called to help look for me, met up with me in the bathrooms. They told me that people had been calling my name over the speaker, but it was probably when I was in the bathroom, that's why I didn't hear it. We reported the guy to the employees, paid for our stuff, and left. I made a very dumb decision during this encounter. So if you ever find yourself in a similar situation as mine, which I hope you don't, abandon your shopping cart. Whatever items you have picked up, you can always pick them up later. Tell someone that you're being followed. It's always better to be safe than sorry. I should have turned to face him. There were people around, and if he would have tried to do anything, they would have heard me scream. As dark as that sounds. Most of the time, when people face their attackers and show bravery, they get caught off guard. So creepy guy who followed me around in the Tennessee Walmart, let's never ever meet again. While reading through some stories on Let's Not Meet last night, I remembered that I had an experience a few months back that sort of fits. I'll try to give a short version, since I tend to ramble on forever if I don't stop myself. I had taken my grandma's car to Walmart to buy groceries for her. She's elderly, gotten to the point where she can't drive, and my wife and I help her out with stuff like this. I went in, bought all the stuff on her list, come back out, and get into my car. I had already turned on my car and was going through the podcast on my phone to find something to listen to, and since it was a hell hot Alabama summer, I had the window cracked until the air conditioner finally got cool. Here's where the weird shit comes in. I'm sitting there on my phone, not paying attention to anything else like a damn idiot, when someone knocks on my window. I look up and saw a cracked out, scabbed all over his face meth zombie standing there, with another similar looking dude standing right behind him. First dude was your typical meth head. Second dude was huge. Just wanted to add that. I said, "What's up?" "You left your keys in your door," Thing 1 replies. "What?" I say, confused because the car was obviously running. "You left your keys in the door," he said again, jabbing with his finger at my door. "Nah man," I replied. "The car is running." I didn't add, "You fucking idiot," but I felt like that would have been appropriate. "Just open the damn door, man," Thing 1 screams at me, totally dropping the whole key in your door, trying to be helpful act, and tried the door handle. Thank God the car automatically locks when you turn it on. I mean, dude screamed. It was fucking crazy. "That's not gonna happen, man," I said, much more calmly than I would have thought I would have been in a situation like this. The weird thing is, I never tripped out about it, just answered the guy, told him he was wrong. He stared at me for a few seconds, then turned to his silent, gigantic buddy and said, "Fuck it, I tried," while shrugging his shoulders. They then walked off, probably in search of another possible victim. I backed out my grandma's car and left, thinking about this odd interaction. Then it hit me what they are most likely trying to do. I know I sound stupid, but the whole thing happened so fast, and I was just reacting, you know? Then I called the cops. The police station was within a quarter of a mile of the Walmart, so hopefully they caught those idiots. That's it. I know this isn't nearly as awful or scary as most stories on here, but I figured I'd post it. For context, I'm a 16-year-old female, but was only 14 at the time. This happened my sophomore year of high school. My high school was down the street from a decently sized shopping center in the middle of a pretty large suburb, so the little plaza is normally pretty busy, mostly because of Starbucks and McDonald's that all the kids went to after school, and also the Walmart. Now, the Walmart isn't the typical warehouse type. It basically only carries groceries, so it typically doesn't attract your creepy Walmart types. On the day that this all went down, my friend and I decided to walk to McDonald's in the plaza to grab a bite to eat and chat. We decided we wanted to buy some cans from Walmart to donate to people in need of hurricane relief. Since we came directly from school and neither of us can drive, we both still had our backpacks on. I was being paranoid of being accused of stealing. I'm black and definitely don't live in the most progressive area, to say the least. So I left my bag with my friend who waited outside while I bought stuff. Now here's where it goes downhill. I walked in and headed straight for the cans, which were on the edge of the aisle, which was right next to the entrance. I was gathering cans in my arms when I see an old man, 70 or 80-ish. He was hobbling, not walking, hobbling towards me. I assume that he's just walking into my aisle to shop, and I give him a polite, "Hi, how are you?" smile, and go back to my can shopping. Only, now I realize this guy's eyes are trained on me, and the closer he gets to the aisle, the clearer it becomes that he's trying to talk to me. I'm a little weirded out at this point, but again, I assume he's harmless. Wrong. He eventually stops next to me and I turned to him in acknowledgement, and he has a horrible fake smile on his face. Laughing, he says to me, "You know why I come to Walmart? To look at beautiful girls like you." At this point, I started to become scared. My mind started racing to all sorts of conclusions, and I questioned what I should do or say. Should I yell for help? Ignore him? Be rude to him? I had no clue. I ended up trying to still be polite and simply said thank you, hoping that would satisfy him and he would leave. Wrong again. This wasn't enough for him, I guess, because he started chatting me up. He asked me stuff that I don't remember. Then he asked me the golden question. "So, how old are you?" This was it. This was the time to tell him my true age, and then he would back off, learning that I was grossly underage. Finally, I had my ticket out of this horrific exchange. Except, when I told him that I was 14, he cocked his head to me and his sick smile widened. "14, you say? I thought you were 17, he stated, while almost seeming to have more interest by learning this fact. At this point, I'm nearly in tears, but I am too damn nice to tell anyone to leave me alone. So I just humored him with nods until he finally left. I was mortified. I felt violated and dirty for not telling him to leave me alone. After he was far out of sight, I walked over to customer service counter and told him what happened. He kept on hitting on me, even after assuming and knowing for a fact that I was underage. At this point, I was hysterical. The customer service guy had the nerve to tell me that they couldn't do anything at all, not even asking him to leave. I left the store without my cans and returned to my friend in tears and told her what happened. My friend didn't take lightly to this guy and tried again to reason with customer service to no avail. We decided it was time to leave, so we called my mom to come get us and agreed to tell her when she arrived. When she eventually pulled up into the parking lot, we told her everything, and once again, I was marched back into the store, but not to talk to customer service. By some stroke of luck, this guy was walking out of the store as we were walking in, and when I told my mom that was the guy, she let loose. The wrath of an angry black mother was released on this unsuspecting old white dude, and this dummy response, "I didn't know she was 14. Nice save, dickhead. So to the predator at Walmart, let's not meet again.